Welcome back, True Seeker. February 6th, 2026. It's $5 Friday on Patreon. If you're on the $5 tier, we'll be streaming sports today. We'll be talking Super Bowl. And as it happens every single time, the bodies start hitting the floor for this big rigged championship. It goes with every major sports championship. There are ritual sacrifices. It's as obvious as the game's being rigged, and somehow it goes over the heads of the masses. But in the headlines, the death of Greg Olsen's brother, longtime tight end in the NFL, now calls games on Fox. And his brother is dead at 42. Consider Greg Olsen played in the last Super Bowl in San Francisco. He was part of that losing Panthers team who lost to the Broncos, a Super Bowl that we gave you in Week 3, the exact matchup, who'd be the MVP, what would be the halftime show, all from knowing this knowledge. With regards to his brother dying at 42, of course, in Gematria, Greg Olsen equals 42. Special number, Jesuit 42, Freemason 42. This is a rematch of Super Bowl 49, which was in Arizona, which equals 42. That was the Super Bowl where Brady became 4-2 in Super Bowls, beating Washington State's team, the Seattle Seahawks. Washington is the 42nd state. And don't forget, Greg Olsen finished his career with the Seattle Seahawks. He was also the 31st pick by the Chicago Bears. I'm sure you remember that 31-year-old guy, Charlie Kirk from Chicago. I'm sure you remember him. They synced up the whole NFL season around him. He died right at the start of the season. They had the memorial in the Cardinals building, a franchise that started in Chicago where the NFL was born. But if you want to read this post, there's a lot here. Again, the Super Bowl is in San Francisco, what we call 50 land. The last Super Bowl there was Super Bowl 50. Again, Greg Olsen's Panthers lost to the Denver Broncos. Notice how his brother's name, Chris Olsen, equals San Francisco in the two ciphers that matter most. 122 with the alphabetic order, 50 with the alphabetic order and numerology. And remember, San Francisco's on the 122nd meridian. Satanic also equals 122 and 50, and the Church of Satan was founded in San Francisco the year of the first Super Bowl season, 1966. And National Football League's also 122. The 49ers were once 5-0 in Super Bowls. They've lost their last three. They're now 5-3. Big number in the NFL is 53, 53-man roster, 53-yard wide field. Vesica Pisces equals 53 in Gematria. That's the shape of the football. This news broke yesterday, Thursday, 331 days after Greg Olsen's birthday. That's the 67th prime number. Satanic equals 67, as does blood sacrifice, as does human sacrifice, as does soul, as does killer, as does North Carolina, where his career began. He played a lot of his career with Carolina. It began in Chicago. And the news was announced on February 5th, a date can be written 2-5 or 5-2. That was the anniversary of Brady's 25-point comeback on the Falcons over the Boston College product, Matt Ryan, went to the Jesuit school. But remember, Pope equals 25 and 52, and Pope Francis blessed that game. Now we're in the time of Pope Leo, the first American Pope, who's from Chicago. Pope Leo is the 267th Pope. Look at the full name of Greg Olsen, Gregory Walter Olsen Jr., 267. Again, he was the 31st pick of the draft by Chicago, and this year that had a lot to do with Charlie Kirk. Remember the day of the Charlie Kirk Memorial, his Bears won with 31 points. A lot of 31s in those final games at the end of the day. The day of the Charlie Kirk Memorial. Greg Olsen wore 88 for most of his career. His brother's dead from brain cancer, which equals 88. California's 88. Charlie Kirk died 88 days after Trump's birthday. Turning Point USA, 88. Like the Republican Party, like Trump, they're all 88. And again, his brother dead from brain cancer, 88. Again, the Super Bowl's in California, 88. The Super Bowl's 88 days after the Superior General's birthday. And yeah, the brother dead at 42. Greg Olsen, 42. Greg Olsen drafted on the 118th day of the year. Patriots 118. From Charlie Kirk's birthday anniversary to the Super Bowl is a span of 118 days. Again, Kirk's birthday is 10-14, like you have number 10 Drake May versus number 14 Sam Darnold. There's a lot more to that. Case in point, Brady just was being interviewed and said, I only played in Seattle one time in my whole career, which is the only place I only played one time. And funny enough, they played on 10-14-2012. which was Charlie Kirk's 19th birthday, like Seattle equals 19, like how they're 19 and 19 in the postseason, and they advanced exactly 19 weeks after the Pope's birthday when they've gone to the last 3 Super Bowls in the year that we got a new Pope. But yeah, just a lot to this ritualism. Again, in Sumerian gematria, multiplying times 6, Sam Darnold's 10-14, like Seattle Seahawks, like not today's Satan, which Russell Wilson just said after being named in the Epstein files, and he said that on the anniversary of the Seahawks winning Super Bowl 48. Same day Madden simulated the Super Bowl, saying the Seahawks would barely win on a last-second play at the goal line, the reversal of Super Bowl 49's outcome. I mean, this stuff's just such a joke. But yeah, there's a lot of information here if you want to check out everything I've been jotting down. Just as what they do. Rig games, ritual sacrifice. It's like Tarek Skubal. Went to the Jesuit school up near where Mickey Lolich is from. Both star pitchers for the Tigers. Both wear 29. Both pitch left-handed. One's dead. Not to mention Mickey Lolich from Portland. Dies the day of Portland Pilots, the Catholic school's biggest upset in college basketball history for their franchise. And beats the Jesuit school Gonzaga, and then, the next day Tarek Skubal wins a historic arbitration. But yeah, this is what they do, you guys, and just watch. It'll just keep piling up. Dead at 42 in February. February equals 42. So, who's going to be next? Sadly, there's going to be a lot more next. It'll happen up until the game. It'll happen after the game. It'll just keep on coming. We'll leave it there for now. Until next time.